All right, good afternoon or evening or night or whatever it is. Welcome to this supplemental holiday live stream. Not sure if I'm going to be getting anyone today, but I'm going to be doing a batch of photos from 2008 involving the Selkirk, New York area on one of my many trips to the capital region. When I had a friend in school there, and I used to do a lot of rail activities. I still go up there, but not with the same frequency as I used to. I'm starting up with a couple of photos taken at the old Schenectady Amtrak station, and then proceeding to CP-SK. And tomorrow we're going to finish with the Alfred H Smith Memorial Bridge and CP SM on the opposite side of the Hudson River. Let me just zoom in here real quick. I just want to verify the name of that bridge. Yep, Alfred H. Smith. So just a quick thing. We're starting off in Schenectady. The station area used to be quite the. There's some signaling diagrams of the tower there. Today they've rebuilt the station, but when I was there, it was an Amshack. Now the good news is it was an Amtrak-owned Amshack. They effectively owned they had a full-time maintenance lease on the track. They were the only ones that used it between CP 169 and CP 125 on the Hudson line. So that gave Empire Service trains a good 30 or so miles of high-speed routing. What we're seeing here is CPH. These are some guest photos. This is where the Adirondack and other D&H service, the Rutland trains would switch from Amtrak to the D&H main line. This is CPF 485. The CPF designation is a holdover from the Guilford days, when the owner of the Guilford rail system organized a 700-mile main line from Sunbury, Pennsylvania to someplace in Maine. You can also see the dwarf the what does it be? The eastbound dwarf signal for CP 160, which was the east end of the remaining what's left of the east end of the Schenectady terminal area. What the heck? Okay, there we go. CP 160. That's going to be the. Oh, see, I have this thing where I need to figure out which ones are the real ones, because this is a bit in time. I'm pretty sure that the ones in little parens are the real ones. When I say real, as in today, and this stuff I've used since then. Because for whatever reason, 1994, they were sort of renumbering all the switches and signals. So this is going to be the 6E dwarf. Hmm. Hmm. I'm wondering if I should cut off this house there. Quite possibly. So it's interesting. You can see on the cantilever here, that today the D&H mainline is only one track, but this cantilever is supported too. The D&H mainline also the D&H would also stop in the Schenectady Union Station. That's why it was a Union station and not just a run-of-the-mill station. See if that works. Oops, wrong thing. I got a lot of weird stuff in here. What's going on? there we go. That did not help that at all. Okay, that got it. If you see on the here on the Schenectady, there's the D&H. You can see the different colored ballast. There used to be additional platforms all in there. Yeah, you can see it right there. So the D&H used to be able to, they would make stops here at this Union Station. It was also all interlocked. There's a GRS NX plant. The tower was right in there. And it was a big old junction station that is now pretty well separated. This was actually taken my friend's camera. So here we have the 2W mast. Today Amtrak has re-signaled all of this, probably using their own naming conventions, which is fine. It helps differentiate between the two eras more effectively. It's going to be the 2W. Oops. And here we have the other mast there. These are lit up. These are normally approach lit, so I bet these are lit up due to a Amtrak train. This would be the 6W signal. Double check that. Yep, and it's going to be the 3B switch. Even though I was in the area for a while, I never ever got a chance to really hang out much at the Schenectady station. I've only ever caught a train there once, and that happened because it was MLK weekend. That changed Amtrak's scheduling. Usually when I would be catching a train south on Wednesdays, the Niagara Falls train would run with a different schedule on sort of Sundays versus other days. And the train I would need would not be at Schenectady until way later. However, because of the MLK weekend, it was running a different schedule on that Sunday. And I was able to, instead of having to get driven down to Albany, my friend and I were picked up we're just driven to Schenectady and caught the train there, which is sort of a first for us. So here we have CP-SK. I'm going to be working, this is going to be a little bit difficult. Because it was re-signaled after this 1994 diagram was completed. And this 1994 diagram, while generally similar, was using the also has the same issue with the old switches versus the new ones, switch and signal numbers. So I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. CP-SK, although it has been re-signaled by CSX, was one of the last Conrail spec re-signaling programs that were completed in CSX territory, and it has now been, turned into the CSX thing with their goddamn seaboard junk. But that's what it is. What it is. But at least it held on for a number of years. We would have had some really interesting. It's such a shame because we would have had some really interesting signaling going on in the CSX, in the former Conrail territory, if they had been allowed to exist a bit more. Not. It would have been Core 10 weathering steel, the USNS, target signals. Really, really, really neat. So, what is this switch? So that says the 11. Hold on. 11A, 11B, 13, 15. So which ones are these? So I think that this is that is 15. Hold on. Yeah, 15A. So here I'm looking at 15B and whatever those are there. You can see how much more complicated it is these days. Compared to my diagram, this was a single track, so this is new, and this whole secondary ladder was new when they added it. What I can do is I can go back a little bit and grab some. Oh, I did get some stuff oh, I did. Oh, there it is. I have photos of SK from 2009. CSX repainted all the signals, the switches, silver. All right, give me a second. I can figure this out. So again, that's the 13. 15, 13. I need the higher ones. Okay, here they are. It's the wait, what? Oh, you're right. 15B and 17A. $15B. And here we have the 17 switch. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the 19, 21, and 23. So Conrail, they tend to number them. This is pretty common. You number them in a direction, and when a switch is two things, it's which one's first. So I can go down to my 2009 one, see if I have any higher ones. Yeah, it's the 19. Oh, 19A. So that means 19A, 19B, and then that's going to be 21. Oh, is there even one down there? No, there's not. Yeah, 19A, 19B. So this is the 17 switch plus the 19 switch reverse. Zoomed. Or is that reverse? They sort of count that as a turnout. That could actually be normal. And here we have the CP-SK relay hut again. Yeah, it's a shame this is now just a typical stainless steel jobber. Conrail really had a commitment to the Core 10 weathering steel for its relay huts. Something that was actually... I was talking to a guy who was a planner for the River Line light rail, and he actually said that they wanted to maintain the Conrail spirit by using weathering steel for their relay huts. And I appreciate that. I'm like the one guy that would appreciate it. There's a bunch of these. Since I've been back to SK a bunch of times, I'm going to keep some of these original file names, but other ones that are just bad. And never mind, I'm gonna adjust this one. These are 1980s GRS ones. You can tell by the little like blocky logo on them. Forget when they got rid of that. I think they used that to the end and it went to just to Alstom, but I'm not 100% sure. I think there was one later model of that. Here we have the 13 switch. There you go. That's good. If you're ever wondering, the GRS switch machines, or they're called Model 5 or Style 5, and they go from A through H. The A and Bs were designed to work with the original GRS pistol grip towers. Um, the ones I'll call the A's are the A, C, E, and G were single control, and the other ones B, D, B, D, F, and H are dual control. Here we have the 11B switch. Hope I don't have any collisions here. And the 11A. And that's it for our first set there. See if anyone's showing up to watch. We got some people. Hey, how you doing? So yeah, I know this is getting into a little bit of like blandness here, but we will be having some interesting things, possibly a little bit more tomorrow. But we will be also getting to Selkirk Yard at a certain point. So when this got rebuilt in the late 90s, you can see the original layout would just have the controlled siding would end, then you'd have a bottleneck track, because of course it's Conrail, they don't want to spend money, and then you had two ladders, one from the Albany secondary, one that way. You did have this one little extension there to get to the third track. In this case, they ran this second track through and added two parallel ladders in this rebuild. Here we have the number. Is this 9 or 6? I don't know. I think it's 6. No, wait, no, it's 9. It can't be 6. They're all even in this system. I mean, odd. It looks like the 9 switch is reverse here. Most traffic's going to be coming off the river line. There's not a lot of stuff that comes from Boston. So this is the junction between the line going off there to the right at the top of the image there. That's the river line that goes down to New York City and the port of Newark, and straight ahead is goes to the Boston line and the port of Boston. A lot more traffic's coming in from the whatever. A whole reason behind the Conrail split was really so that both NS and CSX could gain access to the intermodal traffic coming through Newark. Sort of like how UP fiddled behind the scenes to block the SP-SF merger so they could grab SP and get access to the Port of Oakland. So the question now becomes, that's the 5A switch, I believe. Yes, 5A, 1, 3, 5. And then that signal is going to be, let's see here. I believe it's going to be the 4E. 2EA, or, sorry, 8E. 1. That's going to be 2, yeah. I don't think we have a 6 anywhere. No, there's a 6, but we don't have it here. So it's going to be the 8E mast plus the 5A switch. And then that's going to be the 7 AH5 or 5H. And the 8E. These are US&S hardware, except no substitute. Not a lot of these really get sold as much these days. If anybody who is using these tends to buy Safe Train junk. But I think you can get them if you know how to ask. And here we have the 5A switch. It's nice they had them all labeled here at this point in time. CSX did continue to label them. So we have the 3 switch. This was slowly re-signaled over the years. One by one, the various signal masts were turned into Darth Vader's, and then it all got re-signaled about a year or two ago, in like 2022. So I don't know the things, I would just sort of guess. But this is going to be a 3 switch. And there's that 8 signal, the 8 mast, plus the 5 switch next to it. There we go. Brighten that up a little bit there. It's interesting how these are rusting even only about 10 years after they went in. That's, I think, that why most stuff's now aluminum. You'd be hard pressed to find sheet steel like you used to. Here we have the 3B switch. Same thing as this other one. Whoop. So we have the 3 switch and the 3B, 5H, looking in the westbound direction. And the alternate location for CP-SK. Plus the eastbound sign. We got the 8E there. Uh, 3A, and that's going to be the 1 switch. All right. And what's our last photo? Looks like just the 3A point machine and the one switch there, the business end of it. Of all the, I'm not, both the the M3 and the Model 5 from GRS are both sort of, boring in terms of the world of point machines. But they're better. They're going to be better than most alternatives. There we go. Looking good right there. I'm a big M3 person myself, but the 5Hs have a lot of character, especially with the sort of exposed, how the motors stand apart from the rest of the machine. Oh, you actually got people attending tonight. Oh, now I can go after the switches. So yeah, I came out here in 2008 and just like nothing came by. Today, there seems to be a lot more traffic. I'm usually having to sneak around because there's often a train there sort of waiting, or a crew van or something. But when in 2008 there was just nothing. Maybe it was a holiday weekend or something. This is going to be the 2E switch or signal. So I don't know what today I have this Albany track diagram which sort of popped out of nowhere and is super useful. There we go. In more recent times, I've never gotten good pictures of these signals just because I've never wanted to venture that close down into the yard. There just seems to be always something going on there. Always some sort of train sort of hanging about, or, nothing I want to tempt fate with just to get some signal pictures. So this is going to be the 4E-1. And 4E-2. I'm going to be using this at the newest Conrail era numbering. And it's the most, it's going to, where I do have those figures, it's going to be the most consistent. And here you have the two number 4 signals, 4E-1 and 4E-2. The rust is apparent on all of these. Just shows to go how lucky, you were to have this sort of resignaling project right at the tail end of the Conrail era here. That worked. Next. Back to the 2E. What track is this? This is listed as, I don't know. Today, it's all sorts of crazy stuff. I'll just call this the 2E and the track. And here we have the two upper portions of the 4E-1 of the signals 4E. So we have 4E-1, the upper port, and it's sort of both. 4E-2. There we go. All right. Back to the 4E-1. See if I can brighten up those signal heads there. A whole bunch of brightness in that. All right, there we go. I sort of like the wideness around here. But let me see if I can tuck it in a little bit. Let's make this taller. I don't need all this wideness going on here. There you go. And the 4E-2. There we go. All right, looking good. Oh, there's a nice spaghetti of track. And here we have the 8E again, with its sort of insulated rail joint there. It's always fun to capture those. There we go. I think I have pretty good photos of that one. This is the one that I think I even have something pulled up on it. I'm not 100% sure though. There we go. Yep, that works. So let's go back to that other time when I was there. Did I ever get anything out of it? Yeah, see, I got picture of this. I got it lit up too. I know I came back again. I know I was there. I popped by when it was pretty much done for. Yep, here's everything. So they added a new interlocking CP-12 here. This actually was put in with Conrail style signals. So you see, oh, hold on. Let's take a quick check here. Let's try to see what's going on at CP-SK, because everything was Conrail. So there's SK and there's CP-12. This was Conrail rules, and then this was Conrail rules. But then last time I was down there, I saw that this had been marked as the Conrail rule post starting there. So that implies that they've done a full re-signal at CP-SK. So what I can do is I can pop in here real quick and just see what's up with those CP-12 masts, if I can see them. Yeah, see, there's a goddamn four-banger head, because they used the lunar white for restricting. See, that one looks like it's still the 3 though, so maybe they slapped in a lunar on that one there. So this was done in 2022, and here we are in 2019, and you can still see it's still the old Conrail stuff. So around 2020, I guess, is when they did the switcheroo. It had a reasonable run, I guess. Oops. All right, I gotta relabel this one. So the question becomes, what track is this on the Selkirk branch? Oh, come on. want the interlocking. I want the thing now. Oops, that's not what I want. Oh, there's the Albany track chart. Oh, yeah, this is 1999. Why am I on 1994? I'm looking for a new CSX Albany so I can get what track number things are. Alright, come on. Oh, this is a track chart, not an interlocking chart. Alright, never mind. Still. Selkirk branch. Skodak sub. Selkirk sub. Here we go. CP-SK. Was it Berkshire then? Castleton sub. Buffalo Terminal. There it is. There's CP-SK. So this is looking at track 1 eastbound. And the last one, a group 3. Oh, we're looking down from above. So here we have the west end of the interlocking with the 1 switch, 3 switch, and 5 switch, and then a little bit of the 7 right there. Hold on. I used to do a trick to invert the selection so I could just lighten up the stuff that wasn't part of the whatever, the skyline, so I don't wash out the sky. I used to do it when I was doing a lot of stuff in Montana photos. Where is that? Where's invert selection? There it is. Invert. And then I can just go here and brighten that up, and I still keep the sky. I need to remember to do that more often. I don't have a lot of opportunities to do it, which is why I've sort of forgotten about it. But I think I need to definitely get in the habit of so it gives you like a fake high dynamic range thing here. All right, last set coming up here. Anybody have any questions? All right, I want to make sure I capture that one switch there. Yeah, that's the one switch. You got the 4E-2, 4E-1, and 2E, plus the one switch. I should do a thing around Selkirk Yard. I'm going to be visiting the stuff not so long from now. So I haven't been on top of these roads for these overhead views in a while. All right, let's see what we got here. We got the 8E, the 5A switch, the 3 switch, and the 1 switch. Nice. Oh. Reduce the size a little. There we go. Yeah, it is cool how they sort of put this ladder in. Definitely probably a response to the intermodal volume coming up the river line. Oh, there's the Y. Is that Y interlocked? Oh, it is. Interesting. Yeah, that Y isn't even there in this in the 1994 view. They added a Y track in. Yep, there it is. So what I can do is I can clip that out. It's a little distracting. There's something about a cold winter day that lets you sort of keep that blue tint in because it looks like it belongs, especially when there's snow. I think the Albany ladder there to that track to the Albany secondary, it might be slow speed. Wait, I can just look on the thing. There we go. That has those as number 10s. So, on this at least. So they should be good for 30 miles an hour. I never walked down to those far ones. Huh, I cut this one. Huh, is this different? It's a little more zoomy. All right, now we get to have some fun at Selkirk Yard. First up is a SD40-2 hooked to a former Conrail yard slug number 1015 there. Some of these were built from Alcos, and I know that NS has them still in service. That's 2439. So let's check our CSX roster. 2439. Oh, wow, look at that. Wait, no, never mind. It's an SD40-2. Because I thought we were going to have an SD38-2, as they have a couple of those. Not many, but no, it's 2439. There they are. XC board. I'm looking for 1015. Let's see what happened to it. CSX number 1015. An MT6 slug. Built from a Conrail PR Alco RSD 12. So there you have it. Last seen 2018. Or last photo was on 2018. Maybe the roster will have stuff with slugs somewhere on it. Oh, here we go. Yep, they're there. 7 MT6 yard slugs. Pretty cool. 2439. Oh. That's the weird part. I didn't even I cut this because it was probably a little soft. 2439 plus 1510. I really needed to do something at Selkirk Yard again. I've only been down there like once. So there's the yard, and there's a bridge that goes all the way across it. Maybe there used to be. Is it this bridge? Because somehow I was able to get a picture of the yard tower, the hump tower. But I don't know how I was able to do that. Well, there it is. I guess I came down to here somehow? By the road? Oh, wait. There was a bridge and it's gone. Would you look at that? That's how I got the photo. Oh, I can't get that anymore. Oh, bummer. Wow. It went right to there. Wow. That's really unfortunate. Old School Road. One second. Oh, it corroded. When was this? 2009. Called Ben's Bridge. Oh wow, that was an old one. Wow. Well, that's a shame. Looks like an amazing place. I can't. Yeah, I guess I only went there once. It was closed pretty shortly after there. At least the hump yard is still around. Let's see here. Looks good. Man, you learn something new. You get bad news every day. These little things. Yeah, I'll just keep the old file name on this one. I love the yard switches. I don't know what kind of switch machine those have. It's a GRS type. It's like the whatchamacallit. Oh, those are really interesting. Yeah, with the old whatever's there. Anyway, I guess I'm not gonna have any good way to get in there to get photos, unfortunately. got a side view of the hump tower. Yeah, I was just thinking like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go and I'll pencil this in from one of my visits to go down and see all this, and then nope, can't because the bridge got demolished something like 15 years ago. I know that this photo got cut, but yeah, these are GRS. Maybe I can find a diagram of this somewhere in like the Albany timetable or some shit. Oh, maybe I know where one is. Hold on. Where would that be? This? No. This? No. This one? Yes. Oh, they don't have the diagram on it. Alright, I'm sure I can find a diagram of Selkirk Yard. Oh, here we go. Selkirk Yard map. There's... Yeah, that's the Schoolhouse Road. So that's the receiving yard. Power switches there. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. Oh, whatever this is pretty interesting. Oh, they put a new interlocking on CP-14. Something's not right about this. This diagram seems a little off. Sorry. Just trying to get my bearings on this. Oh, I think it's just from an earlier point in time. It's a nice diagram, though. Alright. This looks like it's like receiving yard stuff. Here. It's like track 10, 11. So the bridge would have been here, and the receiving and the tracks would have been there. It's what's going up to the hump bowl. So it'd be stuff in here. CSX, what is it? 2439 and 1015. 2439 plus 15. There you go. All right, that got it. Good enough. And two more. So these are the signals to CP-SM on. They're mounted on the Alfred H Smith Bridge. All right, and so I'll do this one last little photo here. The Castleton cutoff, which avoided the whole point of the this whole Selkirk thing, is that in the 1920s, the New York Central was overflowing with traffic. It had to send everything up through this grade through West Albany. And what they wanted to do is they built this cutoff that basically literally cut off the main line from there all the way, and you'd feed either went all the way to here. So in one fell swoop, you could send trains to Boston, you could send them down the West Shore line, or you could send them down the Hudson line. This is really their crowning achievement from an infrastructure point of view, kind of like you'd see like in the PR around Harrisburg or Pittsburgh, or I'm not sure about probably some stuff around Altoona too. Just really there to whatever. Anyway, here's the castle. This is the Amtrak crossing under the Amtrak Hudson line crossing under the Castleton Bridge. I bet I have that. Hold on. What was I looking for? Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what I need. Yeah, I know what I can do. I'm gonna mark this as first. I want to save this. This is cool as heck. Next thing I want to do is, 2 years ago, I went to, is in the Selkirk zone. Albany, there it is. Oh, I did go by. Did I go by CP-SK that year? Oh, I did. But I saw everything was screwed up, so I didn't care anymore. Yep, they put a lunar in that one to convert it to seaboard rules. Oh, I hate them so much. All right, I need something on the Castleton Bridge. Come on, not that one. I want the throughway one. There it is. NY Thruway Castleton Bridge. I need to go back to wherever this was. So right here, you can get right down under both of these in this bridge. So there's two as they cross the Hudson at a high level, the main channel spans are there, and there's a sizable viaduct portion of the bridge. So I'm effectively done here, but I'm just going to go a little bit overtime. And where's that road? Yeah, this road right here goes under both. So at that time of year, I was able to see right down. And of course, if you go a little bit up this way, you can get to this one. They recently did a whole stabilization job on it. Some of the rivets were replaced with bolts. A lot of the footings were recapped. The vegetation was pulled away. Did a really good job on it, especially keeping it still very original. Really, really, really good job here with fixing it up. Some of the rivets are still here. Some of the gusset plates have been put in with bolts. Really neat job here. When was that done? Yeah, you can see how deteriorated it was getting. Look at this. Just absolutely night and day. So they did a squat down, and then they just cleaned it all up. Really great job. But you can just see how much underbrush was all under there. Anyway, we're going to be getting to that tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to head out of here now, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be hitting the subway holiday train tomorrow up in New York State or New York City. So you all have fun. I'm going to clear out. Let's see if anybody else has any questions before I go.